I want you all to do me a big favor. I want you all to close your eyes. Now, while closing your eyes, I want you to picture two people in your peer group in this high school who you have absolutely no problem with talking to. Possibly it's a sibling, possibly it's a teammate. It could even be a best friend. Now, keeping your eyes closed, I want you to picture two people who you see on a weekly basis, daily basis maybe, who you intentionally do not talk to. And I want you to ask yourself, why? What is the root of that cause? You don't have to come up with the answer to that now. It could be a deep answer. You might have to discover this when you leave the halls today. But let me give some suggestions. What if the reason you're not talking to this person is because their skin color is a different shade? Is the reason you're not talking to this person because you think they dress differently? Strangely? Perhaps the person utilizes accessible equipment like a wheelchair or a crutch. Or maybe that person is just shy. Now, you can open your eyes at this point. Thank you for participating. That was awesome. I really appreciate that. Now, keeping with the latter, the shyness factor. Suppose one day you guys walked up to that shy person, maybe tomorrow, maybe next Monday, and you walked up to that shy person and you started a conversation with them out of the blue. More than likely, they're going to respond back, at least say, hi. And every day you make an effort to talk to that person. And slowly over time, that person you start noticing has a lot of the same interests. Because they have a lot of the same interests, you start hitting it off enough to hang out on the weekends. You hang out enough times on the weekends, and next thing you know, that shy person opens up to you. And when they open up to you, you find out the reason they're shy is because they have a secret. But then you find out that secret is really not that big of a deal. It's actually something really small, really minuscule. Something that in the scheme of life really doesn't mean anything. And when they finally tell you their secret in that moment while they're waiting for you to react, you don't really react because it's not that big of a deal. And because you don't react, it gives them confidence, it makes them happy. It takes them a little bit out of their shell. So they start telling more people. And the more and more people they tell, the more and more they come out of their shell, and you serve as a fundamental part of who they mature to someday be. And because that person sees you as the reason for that maturity and that breaking out of the shell moment, you two develop a beautiful relationship, and you become mutual friends for the rest of your lives. This kind of stuff happens all the time. I'm one of these people. It took me until sophomore year of high school to tell anybody that I had a scar on my chest. Is that really that big of a deal? Would you guys honestly not talk to me because I had a scar on my chest? See, I didn't think that back in high school. But it took me till sophomore year to tell people, and up until that point, I was doing crazy things, like wearing t-shirts at pool parties. And I had to come up with an excuse like, oh, I'm warmer when I do this. Like, ridiculous reasons. I would be in gym class, and I'd be in the locker room, and I had a perfect technique where I would take off this shirt and put the gym shirt on without my skin ever being shown to the public. It was crazy what I was doing. Until finally one day, I confided in a little Polish girl. Her name's Joanna. Joanna did not care. Long story short with Joanna, I've been friends with her for like 11 years now. About 4 months ago, due to a very unfortunate mold outbreak in this apartment that I had in Wrigleyville, the two of us were roommates for quite some time. But to this day, we are very, very, very close, and I honestly can say she's my best friend. Aww. But I would never date her because she's like totally a dude in my head. I had to say that because I know I'm going to show her this footage, and I had to clarify that.